Oh, it's gonna be edited, so.
All right, so it's gonna be edited. All right. So are you gonna ask
Yeah,
me or?
yeah.
All right. And then, how does the dynamics work?
You want me to do you first?
Sure.
My name is Victor Guzman. I was born here, but grew up in another country.
What country did you grow up in?
I grew up in El Salvador,
Okay.
12 years of my life, pretty much half my childhood at this point. I didn't visit anybody, I went with my mom. I lived with my mom and, all my family's over there. So, supposedly I was just supposed to just go for just to see my family and then come back, but I stayed over there. My mom and my parents divorced, so I stayed over there.
How long did you stay?
Well, after 12 years, coming back to, where you were supposed to be and, where your citizenship is from, it's kind of weird. I felt like alienated, it's just, not a word in English, had to learn this whole system, and it was surreal in the beginning. It was as if it was like everything you see in a movie is over there. It's what I saw here, and I was, intrigued by that.
Fitting in here.
Fitting in here, it took me a while. I must say, I was shy, quiet for like my first 3 years here.
Did you have an accent?
And I had a terrible accent, and I couldn't pronounce a lot of words.
Can you say some Salvadorian things in Salvadorian?
Es un acento, es el español, es igual al mexicano. I'd be completely different. I wouldn't be probably as humble. I would be a lot more Americanized, meaning I'd be more into this whole idea of the American dream. But being from a different country, when you're not necessarily like paranoid, but where you keep your guard up when you're from some other countries, and you tend to question the things that here American people seem to not question many things that they throw in at their face, and I think that's one of the things that I consider myself I would be. Basically saying that I would pretty much be as naive as everyone else. Honestly, whether you're from other place, color or skin, you shouldn't really judge anybody. We're all God's children.
Whoa, what's going on? Are we trying to become president of the United States here, or you know why? Because I just like, hey, what the fuck was this thing? Okay. First name's Irving, last name Garcia. I'm not quite sure where my last name comes from.
Nice. Where were you raised?
I was raised in Mexico City,
Okay.
which is Mexico's capital. I mean, I did all kinds of toys, like yo-yos, that's what we call it. I mean, my childhood was pretty much an innocent childhood. Over here, you see kids, 12-year-olds, like even 7-year-old kids, like doing medical cannabis and trying to be cool. I wasn't like that at all. I was just a kid that would love to play soccer, and all my free time that's all I would do, and I just stay out of trouble and see what invention I could do with my friends, pretty much.
To Mexico.
So okay, since I was born here, well, actually my life has a twist to it has to do obviously with my parents. They made the decision my mom made the decision to go back to Mexico where all her family is and all my family is. So my dad stayed here to to work. It's pretty much the decision that she took to go to Mexico was because she was feeling lonely here and she didn't like it no more. So I'm guessing she decided to go back and she took me with her. And that's pretty much the reason why I was born there. I was raised over there next and not here. At age 16, I'm sorry, 15, I was finishing junior high. It's in Mexico, which be pretty much the 9th grade, which be like a freshman here. So I finished that up to that level in school. Then I got accepted for a university in Mexico, but actually it was such a long way for me to get there, and it was at nighttime, so it wasn't really working out. I got robbed the first day of school actually in Mexico. They robbed me. So pretty much my dad just came up with the idea of me like coming here to high school and finishing the 4 years that was left and then going back there. But I'm still here after, what is it, 15? I'm 24 now, so 9 years of my life I've been given to this country. It's really big. Everything's different from Mexico. Pretty much pretty much I would say people is different overall in general. Over there you have a monopolis. It's a big city. It's a giant city. Everyone's running short on time. Everyone seems to be a little upset about all the insecurity that the country is actually living under, and it's actually increasing. So coming over here, it was more of a relaxed environment. Although there are a lot of people that I consider that came from not from the city. Maybe they didn't get an education. They came from rural areas. So coming here at the state to the United States, pretty much the contribution it's only as labor people, not too much of an lyrical and sophisticated aspect of view, but my experience overall was good. I'm a hardcore soccer fan.
Yeah. So when the World Cup comes,
Uh-huh.
do you go for Mexico or do you go for the United States?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I think when it comes to sports, you can't really say you go for a certain team. I think you have to feel it. So if I have passion for the Mexican team because I grew up watching the games, and all my family would get excited when a goal and get yelled at. So I have that passion inside of me. So you can't just give it a title to something you're passionate about. So the fact that I was born here in the U.S. makes me a U.S. citizen, but my passion is for Mexican soccer, so I would go for the Mexican team.
Well, El Salvador never makes it to the World Cup, and that's okay. So I guess I like to go for the underdog, and I sometimes, root for Mexico. I like United States. I like the underdog for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
What is American food? I mean, you got French fries. Oh, hamburgers.
I mean, Native
guess.
American food, I guess, would be, I don't know.
What, buffalo?
Buffalo, I was gonna say that.
Buffalo wings. He likes buffalo wings.
I mean, if I could rephrase your question a little bit, in the American culture that they sell, what would be my favorite food? I'm sorry.
Hamburgers.
I would say the hamburgers.
That's the only thing that's really American if you think about it.
It's been Americanized.
Everything else is like, pizza was like Italian. You got Mexican food, the Oriental. What is American food? Hamburgers and hot dogs. And hot dogs are not real meat, so I'll go for hamburgers.
Okay.
I think he's my evil twin.
Yeah, I mean,
my brother from another mother.
Exactly. We relate a lot, we share some experiences, and as crazy as it may sound, there's a lot of people, that go through the same thing that you have to come to adapt here.
Struggle through.
So you could definitely relate to someone like that, and feel where they come from.
I always thought to myself, I don't speak English, but I'm gonna learn it, and Spanish won't go away. I'm gonna know Spanish and English, and it's funny because at the time when I was in high school, I was taking an AP class, and I was taking AP Spanish, and I had one of my friends who happened to be white. He said to me, he came, mocking me, saying, "Why are you taking a Spanish AP? You speak Spanish." And I said to him, "Well, you speak English, and I don't see you taking English AP." And it's true. I mean, it gave me motivation, and now that I look at it, it's being bilingual. It's quite a skill, I think. Not everyone gets to be bilingual. It's two worlds that you can communicate in.